I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02.
I was posting, going live, and next thing I know, man, I looked over, and you could see the tornado, coming, but I was frozen. I just sat back, pressed my brake, man, and just held on.
That's Pedro Edison. He's a truck driver in Bloomington. He told Wish TV that he was watching the storm roll through the city last night and saw the damage it left behind.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but the adrenaline, you just get frozen, and it was all in slow motion. It literally bounced off the ground, man. It was like a ball, and you saw it just starting to current. It was completely light outside, and then it got dark. It started hailing, raining.
City leaders say the storm damaged a bank, the county airport, a Kia dealership, and the pet shelter. A man was shot and killed last night on Indianapolis's south side in a neighborhood not far from US 31 South and East Southport Road. IMPD is looking for whoever fired the shots. Right after the House Ways and Means Committee Thursday advanced a bill to create a stadium authority, paving the way for a new Chicago Bears stadium, Chicago's mayor said this.
The Bears belong in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Bears belong in the city of Chicago, right? And I've said repeatedly that the door is always open for conversations.
Indiana Governor Mike Braun told Tony Katz yesterday that he hadn't spoken to Governor J.B. Pritzker. The IU men's basketball team will face number 7 Purdue at Mackey Arena tonight. It's a rematch. Here's John Herrick.
Indiana's head coach Darren DeVries talked on Thursday about the challenges that come with playing any team twice, let alone a rival like Purdue.
I've always thought, that when you play a team the second time, whether you won or lost, it's when you won, you try to do the same stuff and how much, because they're preparing for that, and how much do you change, and then vice versa.
He says defense and rebounding will be key, among other things. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock with pregame coverage starting at 7 right here on 93 WIBC. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Indiana Pacers lost to the Washington Wizards last night, 112-105 in the first game back since the All-Star break. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next. On a Friday morning, it's 6:04.
Hey, Day 19 since Nancy Guthrie was taken.
93 WIBC.
FBI have been in contact with Mexican authorities.
What happens next?
Hail, strong winds, and a chance of tornadoes across the state.
Happens here.
A former prince implicated in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking of underage girls is now in police custody.
Someone was hit and killed by someone driving a car.
Former President Yoon Suk-yeol, impeached over a crackdown on his opponents, has been sentenced to life in prison.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
We're looking pretty good right now as we check out northbound 65 coming up from Johnson County, and looking at 12 minutes right now from State Road 44 King Street up to 465 on the south side. Another 5 minutes as you make your way northbound 65 through the construction up to the south split. Going to the airport from downtown westbound 70, fantastic for our shuttlers and runners here today. Jumping on Meridian out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway. 9 minutes, no delays. Traffic sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony, good morning. A little more calm, but back to reality here for your Friday. Storms have moved out. We have already hit our high temperature for the day. Today, temperatures will continue to fall, hanging out in the mid-30s for much of the afternoon. We also have a wind advisory for counties along and north of I-70 until 6 o'clock. Could have wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour at times today. Tonight, we're mostly clear. Winds will relax. It's going to be chilly but quiet. A low down to 29. Saturday, partly cloudy, a high of 44. Sunday, mostly cloudy. Maybe some light snow showers, a high of 35. Same thing Monday, mostly cloudy with some light snow and highs into the mid-30s.
Very weird. We've got tornadoes in Bloomington yesterday. We've got snow on Sunday. Just nutty.
Just full blast Indiana weather.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
That's all you can say. Marcus Bailey, I got to run. Wish TV meteorologist. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Right now, I'm not even sure where we're at temperature-wise, but I'm telling you, as you heard from our guy Marcus Bailey there, we have already hit the high today. That's never, ever a good sign. 41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:07. We've got the story over at WIBC.com. Tornado touching down in Bloomington. Several homes damaged. A car dealership was damaged. Also, the county airport. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. There was, as of last night, about 9:35, more than 2,000 customers in Monroe County without power. Of course, Ryan Hedrick, who takes care of news here, will have updates throughout the morning if they are necessary. There were a series of counties under a tornado watch. I'm in Hamilton County. There was some rain, a little bit of lightning. I heard some thunder, and then that was it. There was really just nothing that came through. So I'm glad to see that, for the most part, everybody's okay. If you got damage, that's never, ever a fun feeling. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you take a look. You follow Hammer and Nigel as they spoke with the Beech Grove Police Department. Of course, we're talking about the murder of Officer Brian Elliott that took place earlier this week. Really solid stuff from them. And there are now funeral arrangements that have been set up. Visitation at Beech Grove High School Sunday from 2 to 7 p.m. and the celebration of life scheduled for Monday at 11 a.m. at the high school. You can find that story over at WIBC.com and get more information about it. The more stories coming out about the kind of person Officer Brian Elliott was, spending 4 years in the sheriff's office, 2 years as an officer in Beech Grove before being shot and killed, responding to a disturbance call. Was it an ambush? That then shots were fired. 2 officers were shot. Officer Elliott was killed in the line. But the conversation that Hammer and Nigel had with these officers, absolutely worth going to check out. Take a listen to, take a look at. It's there at WIBC.com. Spend some time with that, and if you have the capability to be there on Sunday from 2 to 7, Beech Grove High School, make it over there. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. Work begins on a major defense-focused campus in Bloomfield. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Don't miss IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast with keynote speaker Mung Chang, president of Purdue University. RSVP at ibj.com/events.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. And if clutter is taking over your home or your business, it's time to call Rubbish Works. They handle residential and commercial cleanouts, garages, basements, offices, even construction debris, furniture, appliances, junk, you name it. You just point, and they do the heavy lifting. Use the promo code HAMMER to get $25 off. Book right now at rubbishworks.com, 317-207-2749. Tell them Hammer sent you.
Groceries, gas, just about everything you can buy comes with a tax on it. No matter what, the government's always there to take their cut of your cash. Your money belongs to you. That's why Congressman Jim Baird joined with President Donald Trump to pass historic legislation to ensure you keep more of your hard-earned cash. According to the White House, Congressman Baird's vote means Americans will receive a tax cut, saving over $10,000 every year. They'll get no taxes on tips for workers, and families will receive permanent increases to child tax credits and expanded child care access. That means bigger paychecks, a stronger economy, and more prosperity across our nation. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are saving American families money and putting money in your wallet, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
We had downsized. In that downsizing, my husband lost his man cave.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Deb.
My husband and I were at the home show and saw all these vendors with garage floor coatings. The one that stayed with us was Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is 4 times stronger than epoxy.
I'm the only one home, and so it's nice when well-dressed, clean-cut, respectful crew show up. That's what Galaxy sent.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Warranties are real important for us, and to know that should there be an issue, Galaxy was standing behind it. That's pretty much what tipped us over to go with Galaxy.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We are so proud to open our garage door.
We're out of this world. Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
This hour is powered by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer.
We've got traffic on the 5s, as we always do, and we have Matt Bear to bring us that traffic on the 5s, as we always do. What's up, Matt?
Hendricks County, a reminder coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. Eastbound 70 is going to go down to one lane from State Road 39 to about State Road 267, and that's for emergency repairs. I have this down as starting at 9 this morning until about midnight, so keep that in mind if you're going inbound Indianapolis from Hendricks County, say mid-morning. Looking at westbound 70 to the airport, no problems there, and then northbound 465 on the east side looking good in Lawrence from I-70 up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's cold out, but Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with hot deals. Visit Great Lakes Honda of Fishers and fall in love with a new vehicle. Shop online at GreatLakesHondaOfFishers.com and come in for a test drive. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
40 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:15.
This country would have been dead. Adding $9 trillion in value to your savings. I added $9 trillion, and your retirement accounts and 401ks are at the highest level they've ever been. And then I have to listen to the fake news talking about affordability. Affordability. Do you notice, what word have you not heard over the last 2 weeks? Affordability. Because I've won affordability. I had to go out and talk about it.
Is that right? You had to go out and talk about it and explain what you're doing and explain what's happened and get people to understand how your process might actually be a good one. You actually had to sell it to America? Amazing, Mr. President. I wonder who first thought of that. No, seriously, I wonder. Guys, do you ever get tired of being right? Do you? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. We called this from the beginning, and we took the heat for it, and Steve Bannon came out and said blah, 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 when he was just having to worry about what was going to happen with the Epstein files. And we were right. And they got the message, and they started listening. Now, have you won against affordability? I don't know. I don't know if I can say that, but I love that the president went to Georgia and was having an entire conversation about the economy. We're doing this, we're doing that. This is what Biden left us. Here's what we fixed. Here's what's still going. Here's what we're working on. Now, for Trump, everything is based on tariffs. He will not stop. Find yourself somebody who will look at you the way Donald Trump looks at tariffs. Oh, does he love tariffs? It is incredible how much he adores these things. The tariffs have not been as damaging as originally assumed, but they haven't been as great as he would like to believe that they are. One of the things that we're looking at, Wall Street Journal with the reporting here, America imported a record amount last year despite the trade policy changes. It's a really fascinating number. So even with the tariffs, you have got $70 billion that was spent in December of 2025 on imports. Even with the tariffs, it doesn't change the fact that those things were more expensive, that the average household spent an extra $1,000. It was a tax, and 2026 is predicted to be $1,300. The way to counter that is to say, here are the trade deals coming, here's the future for your kids, and oh, by the way, you actually are now going to have more value to your dollar, so you'll be able to get more. This is going to be the argument, right? We're increasing the amount of dollars. We're increasing the value of the dollar, so your dollar is worth more. You're able to make it go farther. So if something is still more expensive, you don't actually feel it. That's going to be the part that they're going to have to spin that a little bit. And also, we should be clear. A tariff today is not necessarily a tariff tomorrow. The first two rules of Trumpism apply in all situations. The first rule of Trumpism, coined by me, is Trump wins. That's the first rule of Trumpism, is Trump wins. The second rule of Trumpism is that a deal can always be made as long as it adheres to the first rule of Trumpism. So a tariff today, let's say is 24%, I made up a number, could be 16% tomorrow. And Trump gets to say, look what I've done, and see how important this is, and they're listening, and we can now make better deals, and it's better for you, and then the price goes down, and you forget that the price is up initially because of the tariff, and you're like, oh, look, the price came down, and it's good for Trump. Now, I am not a fan of tariffs, but I understand that people think very much of what's in front of their face and don't engage in the historical perspective, and they'll say prices are down. And for the record, there are a whole bunch of prices that are down. There are food prices that are down. There's absolutely gas prices that are down. You notice, if you want the big one, Mr. President, that no one in the media is talking about, that you should be bashing people over the head with, it's that gas prices are down. Because when gas prices are down, goods are cheaper to get from point A to point B, and therefore the cost of everything is down. And if you don't believe me, I believe if you search for it there, producer Carl, not today, you don't have to do it today, you can find that exact quote from the television show Landman. You've got Billy Bob Thornton in his car, Tommy there, in his car, and the two radio hosts are talking about oil prices, and he is screaming at the host that they don't know anything they're talking about oil prices, and he's talking about the fact that if the price is going down, it's not so bad for everybody. The oil companies are still going to make plenty of money. And by the way, the cost of goods goes down because it's easier to truck something from point A to point B. So whether you want to listen to me, President Trump, or Billy Bob Thornton, I don't know which, but I would always trust the guy who is able to land Angelina Jolie. That is my take, my theory. You could do with that what you will. But I like that he's out there having this conversation, being aggressive about it. Now, as for any future war with Iran, President Trump has said that he has given Iran a 15-day deadline to reach a deal or face an unfortunate outcome. I want to say for the record, I have no idea what any of that means. I have no idea what it means. I have no idea what he wants to do. I have no idea what he wants to hit. None of it. Going after military sites, he's going to dismantle the nuclear program. There was a report that at the nuclear sites, I don't know if it was Isfahan, Natanz, or Fordow, those were the 3 sites that we hit a few months back, that they're starting to see tunnels again, as if the Iranians are trying to see what was actually destroyed and what they could still gather. That's certainly possible. I would assume that's something that, as that story was made public, they've known about this longer than we've known about this. We could see a lot of what's happening with the Iranians. If you want to ensure that everything is gone, go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you no. But I have yet to figure out how this is going to help the people in Iran. The only way the people are helped is if the Ayatollah is gone, the money is cut off, and the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, is dismantled, if they're broken, if they scatter. That's the only way these people's lives are better. And I have not heard how this is going to make their life better. I do not know what a deal looks like when it comes to nuclear and Iran, because I don't know how a deal involves the Ayatollah staying. Can't do the math. And frustrating, by the way. As for the Board of Peace, and they met yesterday, and these countries are going to work on rebuilding Gaza, $7 billion now for the rebuild of Gaza. Fine. Terrific. Was it Cornel West? Was he on CNN or was he on with Bill Maher? And he refers to it as old school colonialism. Cornel, there comes a moment where you just have to accept the fact that the world is moving on without you. You desperately want to lead this charge, but there's no charge to lead. There's no colonizing of Gaza. There are people there who aren't originally from there, who have no ethnic connection to there, who were forced there because the places they have ethnic connection to, they were kicked out of, and you don't ever say anything about it, Cornel West. People who then elected a terrorist group to be in charge, who then abused the people and engaged in nonstop attacks on the nation of Israel while they made the life for the people in Gaza worse. And now there's an opportunity to have a world where they aren't at war, where they can actually grow, maybe not teach their kids to hate Jews. If that's colonialism to you, maybe your problem is you don't get out in the fresh air enough. Oh, to one other point, if we could. An excellent piece from Seth Mandel over at Commentary Magazine, commentary.org. Hamas put out death numbers. And once they put out the numbers, you realize that every conversation all these leftists and all these pathetic trolls had about Israel involved in a genocide is a complete and total lie. Complete lie. You could see that the ratio of Israel civilian to combatant death is 1-to-1. You can see that you can tell by the numbers that when you take a look at death toll, more men died than women. And if it was a genocide, wouldn't those numbers be equaled? And the answer is, of course. Every talk about Israel being involved in a genocide was a lie from the most gross and ugly people out there. So go on, trolls, and keep posting things like you matter. Oh my gosh, they're going to put things on my social media feed. You ain't doing nothing to me. You're liars, and we, the rational people, see that you're liars. Of course, Israel did not start a genocide. Terrorists started a war. Terrorists lost the war. Israel won a defensive war, and all terrorists suck. And all the Hamas supporters and keffiyeh wearers can kiss off. We want a free world, and we don't want to have to live with terrorist scumbags anymore. Maybe don't start wars. Stop supporting those who start wars. You absolute Jew-hating freaks. Matt Bear has traffic.
All right, Tony, check it out. Northbound 65, slow after Raymond into the south split. It is a construction zone. And check it out. You, Fisher's looking good on inbound 69. Just 4 minutes down from State Road 37 to 465. Crash on the west side, Country Club Road at 21st. Crash southwest side, Morris east of Hold. That's reported as a pedestrian struck. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B-Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Chicago Bears inching closer to a new stadium in Indiana, right in Colts territory. Same league, different conferences. We're talking regional bragging rights. It's Casey. Join us Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matter Show. It is time for our question and answer show for February, and we have many great questions to answer this month, including one on reversing a Social Security decision, several on taxes, and a question on how to use retirement savings for income. Find out the answer to these questions and many more on the Retirement Money Matter Show, which airs this Sunday morning at 8 a.m. right here on WIBC.
Hey, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show, and I'm not going to lie to you. I needed help. I got a bald spot in the back of my head, and it's embarrassing. I see it when I'm on television. I see it when I'm on the YouTube channel. So I decided to reach out for help. And my friends at We Grow Hair Indie decided to help me out here. These guys are the absolute best. I was a little leery about it. I could not have a procedure that, 1, hurt, or 2, left me looking like I'd been scalped. But after I talked with Darren and the entire team at We Grow Hair Indie, they told me their state-of-the-art technology, the progress made in hair growth, it's going to be okay. If I can do this, you guys can do this. Contact the team at We Grow Hair Indie, 317-522-2995. That's 522-2995. Get that free evaluation. It's free. You can also go online to WeGrowHairIndie.com. Contact them today and do this with me. WeGrowHairIndie.com. It's Hammer here for my friends at Technology Recyclers. You can't just throw away your electronics. Some weirdo is going to hack your information, and then it's all out there on the dark web. This is where Technology Recyclers come in. They will make sure your data is destroyed. Tech-recyclers.com or call 1-800-237-3887 to find out more about their free business pickups or local residential drop-offs. Technology Recyclers, tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The damage looks random and ruthless. 43 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. We're headed up to 49, but there's going to be significant wind today, and the real feel is going to be much colder than that. A wind advisory goes into effect at 8 a.m. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Survey teams from the National Weather Service are headed to Monroe and Sullivan counties to check out the damage from last night's storms. They'll be looking to see if a tornado touched down. The storms brought a mix of heavy rain, strong wind, lightning, and hail. In Monroe County and Bloomington, someone spotted what looked like a tornado just before 7. Several businesses there took hits, including a bank and a car dealership. President Trump is threatening a conflict if Iran isn't limiting its nuclear power.
The president is extending his timeline for Iran to make a deal from 10 to 15 days. That still puts it in line with the 2-week time frame that Iran had given to address the gaps after the second round of indirect talks with the U.S. earlier this week. The talks focus largely on Iran's nuclear program, but the U.S. also wants Iran to give up its long-range ballistic missiles. And Iranian officials maintain their ballistic missile program is not up for negotiation.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. President Trump is just days away from delivering his first State of the Union address of his second term. So some Democrats say they're planning to boycott the event.
And if you want to boycott it, that's really, you're up to it. But I just hope they don't do the kinds of things that some did last year. I mean, there's just no dignity if you have paddles, if you are yelling and saying those kind of things. I mean, you can agree or disagree on things, but if you're going to show up, just do it with dignity, because really need to respect the office.
That's Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman speaking with Fox News last night. Last year, during the president's joint address to Congress, some Democrats held up signs throughout the speech with messages like Save Medicaid and Musk steals. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. The American Center for Manufacturing and Innovation broke ground Thursday on its National Security Industrial Hub, an 1,100-acre campus designed to expand domestic munitions production and bring hundreds of high-wage jobs to Greene County. Simon Shoemaker, head of development for Acme Properties, says the companies who will locate on the campus will be able to support existing defense operations in the area.
The campus is oriented and designed in a way to support not only large existing defense corporations, but also growing companies that this campus can accelerate growth by bringing prototype to production.
Prometheus Energetics, a merchant supplier of solid rocket motors, also plans to build its headquarters and primary production facility on 600 acres within the campus. Ivy Tech Community College announced this week that Stacy Atkinson will serve as interim provost beginning March 9th. Atkinson, chancellor of the college's Indianapolis campus, will succeed Stephen Combs, who is leaving the interim position to return to his role as chancellor of the Columbus campus. Highly pathogenic avian influenza, commonly known as bird flu, has been confirmed at a commercial poultry operation in central Indiana. The State Board of Animal Health reported that the virus was detected at a commercial breeder turkey farm in Boone County, housing nearly 19,000 birds. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana University is shaping the future of healthcare with Hoosiers in mind. Advancing discoveries that become treatments for Alzheimer's, obesity, cancer, and rare diseases, and training the providers trusted to deliver them. From the lab to your local clinic, IU powers medical breakthroughs and the talent behind them. Discover how IU is solving what's next at iu.edu/impact.
Columbus-based Cummins is offering up to $1,000 in cash incentives to nudge affected Ram truck owners into completing an emissions system recall related to a previously announced $2 billion settlement agreement. This week, Cummins announced the incentives for owners of eligible Ram 2500 and 3500 trucks from model years 2013 through 2018 who complete what the company calls Emissions Recall 67A between now and May 31st. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
All right, checking out the interstates right now. In southbound 465 on the east side looks fantastic, coming down from 7274. And good morning, Hancock County, westbound 70. We're seeing no problems, slowdowns, delays, incidents as you make your way from Greenfield to 465 on the east side. Of course, you have the construction. South side northbound 65 slows from Raymond Street into the south split. Crash Moore Street east of Holt Road. Crash west side Country Club Road at 21st. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts, big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
40 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 6:36. Check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what do we know?
Tony, good morning. Number 7, Purdue is back in West Lafayette tonight, looking to settle the score in the rivalry with IU after losing to number 1 Michigan this week. Head coach Matt Painter says the team gets another shot to avenge their January loss to the Hoosiers.
Rivalries are great for college basketball, but I think it's more for the fans than it is for anybody else. You know, it matters to players, it matters to coaches, but what matters more is us getting a quality victory.
Before this week's loss to Michigan, Purdue had won 4 straight games. Tonight, the teams meet for the 223rd time. Coverage begins at 7 right here on 93.1 WIBC. The Indiana Pacers lost again last night, this time to the Washington Wizards, 112-105, despite a double-double from forward Jarris Walker. These two teams play again tonight. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with red-hot deals during Pay What We Pay invoice pricing going on now. Come into Great Lakes Honda and get invoice pricing without the gimmicks, like a new Honda Odyssey EXL for under $42,000 with a finance special of 3.99% APR for 48 months or 4.99% APR for 60 months. So come in out of the cold for red-hot prices at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included. In-stock new Hondas only. Not combinable with other offers. All fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends March 31st. See dealer for details.
She said she was fine, but I noticed she stopped using the front steps. And another time, she grabbed the wall instead of the railing. It's little clues like these that often show up before a fall ever happens. This is Tina McIntosh, founder of Joy's House and co-host of Caregiver Crossing. Falls are the leading cause of injury for older adults, but there are simple ways to lower that risk. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
One of the easiest checks starts with shoes. If they're worn down or they're slippery, they need to be replaced. Another is lighting. Shadows in hallways and dim corners at night can be dangerous, but even a small nightlight can make a big difference. Rearranging furniture to clear walking paths and tightening loose railings, those are also quick things that help prevent falls. Paying attention to these details not only keeps someone safer, it helps them hold on to their independence longer. More caregiving tips and resources are available anytime at joyshouse.org, with new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is always committed to premium service and no shenanigans.
Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
I have not followed much of the Olympics, but the U.S. women winning gold in hockey, honestly, it was a beautiful move. It was spectacular. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Defeating Canada in overtime to take the gold medal. Then Alyssa Liu won gold in figure skating. She's a very interesting story. She won as a child. And then, I mean, she's still very, very young, but took like 4 years off and said, okay, I want to come back to this. You don't come back to being a figure skater of that caliber after taking 4 years off. That's not how it works. She did it. Unbelievable story. And to go back to these hockey players, there they are, the gold medals around their necks, and they are arm in arm with the entire crowd singing, screaming the national anthem. It's like, okay, this is all anybody wanted to see. Thank you. I mean, we're thrilled that you won, but that moment, okay, there are still athletes out there in Milan at the Olympics who like the United States. Well done. Bravissimo. Oh, yeah. It was a sight to behold. Equally a sight to behold is how upset Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor J.B. Pritzker are with the Bears for considering Indiana. And it's a little more than a consideration. It is a little more than a consideration. The legislation that we passed makes all of this possible to bring the Bears to Indiana. Then you had the Chicago Bears president, Kevin Warren, releasing a statement, this through Adam Farrell, saying that as we continue to explore the opportunity of a new stadium development in the state of Indiana, we are committed to honoring both our historic roots and our future home. Are you ready for this? A regional name is at the forefront of these discussions, and it is not uncommon as we see other World Championship franchises like the New England Patriots and the Golden State Warriors. They really are going to change the name? They're going to be the Chicagoland Bears, the Great Lakes Bears. I don't know. But, I thought they would keep the name Chicago if they come. Now that's even in question. But with this, you have people who are like, man, we shouldn't do this. My gosh, we're going to be paying for the stadium for forever. The Bears are putting up $2 billion. Now, we have to see how that works. The devil's always in the details. Always, always, always. That's what I'm looking for. I said I won't be in favor of any deal if the Bears don't have skin in the game. And I had Governor Braun on the midday show yesterday, and he always plays a little bit of elusive. But there is definitely the feel that there is skin in the game, $2 billion worth. So I see that there are people out there, social media people, we shouldn't do this, it's ridiculous, they can't do this. What about property taxes? Not everything is the same thing. So let me start where I start. We talk data centers, and you say no. We talk Leap District type things, and you say no. We talk the Bears to try and help in a level of revitalization up there in Lake County, and you say no. Can I ask, that's 3 no's, what are you in favor of? Can we at least start with that? What do you want? Because if you tell me you don't want anything, you don't want any growth at all, with all due respect, even if you're on the political right, I am pushing you aside. Because you deserve to be pushed aside. You don't get to say no to everything. So instead of me offering up one more thing for you to say no to, why don't you tell me what you would say yes to? What will you say yes to? Oh, well, we want lower property taxes. I do too. It's a separate issue. No, it's not, Tony. It's all about where we're spending the money. No, it's not. That's obvious. And just screaming we want lower property taxes doesn't get you anything. So now can I ask the question with some focus? How do we grow? Because if you tell me you don't want to grow, whoop, I push you right to the side. What would work for you? Why not just tell me? Why not tell all of us we can get started there? Should one be wary of the public funding these types of stadiums? Absolutely. I can go back to Reason Magazine and articles from 2011 discussing those subjects. Unquestionable. Are we going to say that there's no effect at all? Well, that's nonsense. But if you don't want the Bears, and you don't want data centers, you don't want this, you don't want that, just start with what you do want. Maybe it's a good idea. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You know what? We're close enough. Let's check in on traffic. Matt Bear, what's going on with you?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at westbound 70 right now, and it looks good out to the airport here this morning. A friendly reminder, Hendricks County, that eastbound 70 from State Road 39 to State Road 267 will be under construction beginning at 9 a.m. today. I'm told we're losing a lane, and that's going to go on until midnight. So if you're heading to Indianapolis, say from Monrovia, you might get caught up in that construction zone if you use 70. Again, that begins after 9 a.m. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts, big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
40 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:45.
At Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, we do plumbing. Water heaters, leaky faucets or toilets, sump pumps, drain lines. Howald plumbers keep water flowing. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
AdventKnows.com.
Most insurance accepted.
After the winter we've had, thinking about spring just feels good. And this weekend, we're giving you a reason to start getting ready for it. Hey, Pat Sullivan here. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, everything is 20% off at Sullivan's. That's right, the best pricing of the season on patio furniture is now an extra 20% off. Teak, cast aluminum, all-weather wicker, Berlin garden polys, different material, different looks, the same premium quality. How about grills and accessories? 20% off. Yes, even the big green egg. Lawn and garden, paint, hardware, the yellow house. You guessed it, all 20% off. It only happens once a year, and it only happens at Sullivan's and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. So get a head start on spring and save 20% off everything. This weekend only. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.com.
WIBC February 28th at the Hyatt Regency at 6 p.m. for a night of flair and reflection with Tony Katz. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now. Act fast. Get all the details at WIBC.com. Brought to you by Defiance Beef Company, Chimney Solutions, and Premier Arms.
Yeah, I think ticket sales end today. Trump 1 year, 1 month later. Really, the whole event has so changed, and I can't wait. Here is how the midterms are won. It is so the same old story. Everything that we're being told has nothing to do with reality. So let's go find reality, and then let's go push to victory. And what happens if we don't? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Let's drink some bourbon and laugh a little bit and have a good time. Yes, it's red tie. I went for something fancy. People, turns out, they like more mellow. Like I'm in the chat room right now, like, hey, the next event I'm thinking of doing, I'm thinking, a little more low key. And people are like, great. And then I've got people like, I cannot wait to get dressed up and do this. I can't figure everybody out. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com. Thanks to Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, Indiana, Drake's Laser Engraving, which helped me out with a bunch of stuff. It's going to be fantastic. Don't miss out. If you haven't gotten a ticket, make it happen. I cannot wait to see you there. Going to be an incredible party. Incredible party, incredible night. You're going to be like, my gosh, that was worth it. I will never, ever let you down when it comes to an event, ever. Tickets.TonyKatz.com or WIBC.com. Make that happen, guys. President Obama was talking about aliens the other day. He was discussing that the aliens are real. He discussed this on a podcast, and Trump was asked about it, and it turns out he's pretty angry about it.
Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, can you answer the question, please? Are they out there? Are the aliens out there right now? Can we please? He's, according to the multiple sources,
very, very angry regarding what Barack Obama did, putting out information that he shouldn't. And Trump is like, listen, I've never talked about it. A lot of people do. I may get him out of trouble by declassifying. Why would you get him out of trouble? If he released classified information, I want to see Barack Obama cuffed and marched into a jail cell. What are you talking about? If I release classified information, what happens to me? I mean, I'm the only one? Okay, sure. For the record, no, I do not believe for a second that we are the only life that exists out there. I would find that odd. I would find that improbable, considering the concept that the universe is ever expanding. It would be a weird thing to think. Do I spend my days concerning myself with it? No. No, I don't. But if you ever want to get into like the really esoteric with me, if you ever want to dig down this road, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm not an Area 51 guy or anything like that. It just is a matter of a rationale, of rationality. We're it in the entire universe? Come on. Really? We're it. That is seriously egocentric. For sure. I have more to get to, not just on the aliens, but on the Indy Star and a despicable article that they wrote. I will share that with you. State Representative Danny Lopez is scheduled to be with us. He's going to talk about his vote regarding the Bears and stadium. He's on Ways and Means. We will talk to him about that as well. And then an interesting story about whether MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, is taking a hit. Is it called glyphosates? Yeah, I had to look it up. And an executive order that the president signed. Does this hurt Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and MAHA, and does it break up the base? My thought is no. I think MAHA is a huge winner for the midterms. I have got that coming up as well. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt?
All right, Tony, check it out. Southbound 65. Good morning. Boone County looking fantastic from US 52 to 865 to Dogleg. I don't see anything slowing you down right now. Inbound 69, just 4 minutes right now. State Road 37 to 465. On the south side, northbound 65 slows from Raymond into the south split because of road construction and a crash. Morris Street east of Holt Road reported as a pedestrian struck. Crash west side, Country Club Road at 21st. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Indiana Foundation Service, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care. and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Hey Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Coming up in 2 minutes, a storm left a lot of damage in Bloomington. We'll talk about it. I'll share an update with you. Gunshots fired on the south side of Indianapolis, and the IU and Purdue basketball teams hook up in West Lafayette. We'll have a preview after Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios on a Friday morning. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
President Trump is giving Iran 10 to 15 days. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Well, we're going to make a deal, or we're going to get a deal one way or the other.
As for the other, the president tells reporters on Air Force One it's going to be unfortunate for Iran as he demands they make a deal to scale back their nuclear and weapons programs, or he could attack like last year when the U.S. joined Israel bombing Iran's nuclear facilities.
Experts say the United States will this weekend have the firepower in place to hit Iran where it hurts. The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier and 3 destroyers are moving towards the coast of Israel, bringing to a dozen the number of U.S. warships in the region. This week, more than 150 military cargo flights brought weapons and ammunition, including air defense to repel an Iranian counterattack. Dozens of fighter jets are also ready for action.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump also warned Iran at his first Board of Peace meeting that focused on rebuilding Gaza after Israel's war on Hamas.
We work together to ensure the brighter future for the people of Gaza, the Middle East, and the entire world.
Announcing the U.S. will give $10 billion to the board. Other countries are going to give $7 billion for Gaza and commit a peacekeeping force. In a few hours, President Trump will have breakfast with some governors, but not all.
The National Governors Association, in a statement to Fox News Audio Thursday, said it could not be part of a meeting, quote, that does not welcome all governors. In a Truth Social post from last week, President Trump said he did not invite 2 Democratic governors to the breakfast, Colorado's Jared Polis and Maryland's Wes Moore, the NGA's vice chairman. The president added he felt they were not worthy of attending.
Fox's Gernal Scott. The president also made news on Truth Social last night, posting he'll direct the government to begin the process of identifying and releasing files related to aliens and UFOs, calling it extremely interesting and important. Days after former President Obama told a podcast aliens are real, but he hasn't seen them. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It looked like someone reached down and rearranged the neighborhood. It's 39 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with the clear radar. The temperature has dropped 15 degrees in the last hour because the winds are howling at 30 miles an hour. We're going up to 49, a wind advisory in effect at 8 this morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. The National Weather Service is sending teams to Monroe and Sullivan counties this morning to figure out if a tornado caused all the damage that we're seeing. Wish TV's Tim Spears reporting this morning.
Well, some buildings untouched. It's very hit and miss. Others quite touched. You can see how it hit. The roof, the awning of the ATM, ripped off. Lighting fixtures, the gutters torn off the roof. Right now they have a crew on top of that building checking out the damage.
And the storms were rough across the state last night. Warnings popped up, plenty of wind and hail and rain. A bank and a car dealership there in Bloomington damaged, and power outages to thousands of Hoosiers. A man was shot and killed last night on Indianapolis' south side, not far from US 31 South and East Southport Road. IMPD says they're looking into it. Beech Grove Police announced yesterday the funeral arrangements for Officer Brian Elliott.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout.
That was Elliott during his time at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, performing I'm a Little Teapot to break the ice with his fellow recruits. It was one of several moments that were shared by police as people in Beech Grove remember Elliott, who was shot and killed Monday while responding to a disturbance. Elliott's visitation is set for this Sunday afternoon from 2 to 7 at Beech Grove High School. His celebration of life is Monday morning at 11. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In Fort Wayne, a fight between two teenagers and an older man last spring ended in gunfire, and the older man did not survive. One of the teenagers admitted to pulling the trigger, and yesterday, Allen County prosecutors and a judge handed that teenager a 14-year prison sentence. It's one of college basketball's oldest rivalries. Indiana plays Purdue tonight. John Herrick breaks it down.
Purdue is ranked 7th in the country. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games ever since losing to Indiana back on January 27th in Bloomington. Indiana's head coach Darren DeVries said Thursday that his team will need to communicate well and stay composed since this is a road game for them at Mackey Arena.
They have a really good team, and they're at home, and they're tough to beat. So we're going to have to play well. We're going to have to make some shots. We're going to have to, do a lot of the things you're going to need to do to win a tough road game.
This rivalry dates back to March 1st, 1901. Tip-off is set for 8 o'clock, and pregame coverage on the radio starts at 7 right here on 93 WIBC. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana Pacers received another loss last night, 112-105. They lost to the worst team in the NBA, the Washington Wizards. Now those teams have flip-flopped. Now the Pacers have the worst record in the league, and they play again tonight in D.C. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Good Friday morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Check it out. Westbound 70 coming in from Hancock County, and it is fantastic here this morning from Greenfield State Road 9 into 465 on the east side. 4 minutes count. I'm coming down on westbound 70 from 465 on the east side to the north split end. We have crashes west side, Morris, east of Holt, and then a crash, Country Club Road at 21st. Traffic sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCAA National nonprofit organization develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. Well, we've already seen our high temperature for the day. Temperatures will fall into the 30s later this afternoon. It is going to be blustery. Winds may gust near 40 to 45 miles per hour. We have a wind advisory from I-70 and points north until about 6 o'clock tonight. That's going to make feels-like temperatures into the 20s. Tonight, mostly clear, lows around 29. And this weekend, going to look and feel more winter-like out there. Partly cloudy Saturday, 44. 35 on Sunday. Maybe a few snow showers possible.
Insane.
I know.
Ridiculous. Madness.
Right.
But for us on February 28th, no snow. I've got temperatures that look like they're in the upper 50s. We are looking very, very good.
Oh, is that your official forecast?
That is the Tony Katz forecast for February 28th. Trump 1 year and 1 month later. Why go to Tara Hastings when you can go to a professional?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've done there. It's looking fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. And meet Tara. And by the way, you should know that I spoke to Kroger and Whippy is on its way.
Yes.
So we're working this out right now. I haven't worked it out yet with the Hyatt, but I assume they're just going to look at me and say, whatever, Tony, just, dear Lord, we make it stop. I think that's what they're going to say. I think today's the last day. Tickets.tonykatz.com, WIBC.com. If you haven't gotten your tickets, it's going to be such a party. So much fun. And how we win the midterms, I'm going to take you through data and what's up, what's nonsense, and what you really got to focus on. We're going to laugh our way through it and drink some great bourbon. Tara Hastings is going to pour it for you, and then she's gonna hit you with the whippy.
Yes, you will not be disappointed. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal.
Right. No one is ever disappointed after getting hit by Tara's whippy.
Ooh, yes. Yes, what a meanie pants.
Yeah. That's what they call her.
Meanie
Once
pants.
Tara gets her whippy going.
Buckle up, baby.
That's right.
And then you pump the brakes.
Don't tell me how to do this. Don't tell me how to do this.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
See? You don't know what's going to happen next.
I don't.
But she's going to be there. And it's going to be amazing. And you don't want to miss it. It's going to be just such a good party, cool hangout. I've said all I could say about this thing. It seems like it's gone on forever because we had the delay. I hope to see you there. It's just going to be so terrific. Tickets.tonykatz.com. Go to WIBC.com. Get your tickets. And Tara Hastings. I mean, you can't go wrong.
No.
You cannot go wrong. I got to run, Tara. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank you. 39 degrees right now in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:09. I was going to address the ugliness of this Indy Star article. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to hit that at 7:45. I want to give myself a little more time to dig into just how... When do they stop being so crazed? There are people over at the Indy Star who are writing good stuff, and then there's, well, the rest. And my not having a good relationship with them goes back to the very start of this show when I was willing to say, what in the world are you writing here? And I've also worked with some people over there as we've highlighted stories, and I've applauded real journalism that has taken place there, what they did on NASA, a bunch of stories, incredible. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning, good to be with you. But dear Lord, what they've done on the opinion side, what they've done on the economic side, what they've done on the sports side, you should be embarrassed already. And then there was this. A 64-year-old Carmel man died in the crash, sparking renewed Trump administration criticism of immigrant truck drivers. What? This is your post? A 64-year-old man is killed by a truck driver. Another killing involving truck drivers. We have seen a spate of these accidents where the truck driver is here illegally or has an ill-gotten CDL, which is the case here. And your argument is Trump administration criticism? I'm going to break down why the Indy Star is still not to be trusted on any level, even when they have good people over there. Because the people who they have leading the charge ruin it for the rest. And if any of those guys have a problem with it, let me start with, I don't give a damn. Those who hate me, you've already proven that you're not worth my time. But a story like this that purposefully shies away from an honest conversation of what we're discussing needs to be addressed, and I will do that at 7:45. In the meantime, you have got the Bears possibly coming to Indiana. State Rep Danny Lopez joins us next to discuss his vote, what he sees, what it will cost us, is it worth it, and what about the conversation of, are any of these stadiums ever worth it to the people? That's all up next. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
We put our lives on the line for our country. We braved the unknown. We did what we were told. And we lit up. Our cigarette packs were as valuable as the packs on our back. Maybe more. At one point, cigarettes were part of our daily ration. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. And boy, we were smoking 'em. Bumming a smoke was the norm. It was an escape from the reality of dirt, sweat, and forgetting how many days you were so far from home. Never had to worry so long as you had a light, and the smoking lamp was lit. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Surviving lung cancer starts with a scan. Learn more at screenyourlungs.org. And thank you for your service. This PSA was made possible by industry funding and guidance from lung cancer patient groups.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony, we're cooking right now as we check out the interstates. Northbound 65, fantastic. Coming up from Franklin this morning. State Road 44 up to 465 on the south side. 14-minute trip continuing on northbound 65 through the construction zone. Start to slow from Raymond Street into the south split for those exiting to northbound 65 at 70. That left lane to westbound 70 does look pretty good right now, so just take it nice and easy this morning. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products. Plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 39 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
This hour is powered by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer.
So are the Bears worth it? I mean, what did we actually give up? What is it that we said we would do in a stadium deal? Does it make any sense? There are some people who will always tell you now, and certainly there is a history of these stadium funding deals that work out bad for the people. But there also seems to be an opportunity for Northwest Indiana to have something that allows them to build around it and turn around years and years and years of if only. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Danny Lopez joins me right now, state representative, serves on House Ways and Means. That's where they had the vote. This was about Senate Bill 27, talking about Hammond as a possible place for this stadium project. Representative Lopez, appreciate you being with us. Walk me through this. Why is this legislation that you were in favor of?
Hey, Tony, good morning. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I mean, you hit a lot of the points. This was a really, really great day for Northwest Indiana and for really the state, I think. And you're right. I mean, there's a lot of debate around whether or not these investments are worth it. The one thing that there'll be a lot of misinformation. The one thing I want to make super clear is these aren't general fund dollars. These are but-for dollars, which means that when you set up one of these districts and you capture food and beverage taxes or innkeeper's tax, hotel taxes, these dollars are contingent upon a massive investment in Northwest Indiana by not just the Bears but the NFL, and so it doesn't involve those general fund dollars. And so people will say, well, these are dollars that should go to roads or these are dollars that should go to education. And the truth is, because of the way this deal is structured, and you got to give the speaker a ton of credit, the way that this deal is going to be structured, it really does make a lot of sense, not just for the people in Lake County and Porter County, but really across the state. And we've done this before. It aligns so well, Tony, with what I think we do extremely well, which is host things. I mean, I'm on the Sports Corp board. I've seen it. It's a game changer when you start thinking about Olympic swimming trials and NBA All-Star games and Final Fours, and the opportunity to do not just Bears football, NFL football, but incredible events in Northwest Indiana is really going to be a game changer for the entire area.
Now, the pushback will come to you, sir, that you say that it's but $4, meaning that you're not putting out the dollars, you're allowing for the tax world to be created for some of these dollars to be recouped. But there clearly is an investment. There clearly is something being done, utilized by state government when that money could go to other things. And you'll often hear, we can't fix the property tax conversation or the issue, which is real. It does exist. It is a problem. But we can do this as if it's a gimme. How do you go back on that conversation? How do you explain it to people?
Yeah, I don't think it's I think we can walk and chew gum at the same time. First of all, I think we've done quite a bit on the taxation side. I mean, it's 17 years now running where we've lowered taxes, either local income taxes or state income taxes or property taxes. The fact is we've got a healthy tax structure. That's what enables us to draw this $2 billion with a B investment from the Bears and from the NFL. Without this tax structure that we've invested in over 2 decades, we wouldn't be able to draw this kind of investment. So I actually think that we're doing all of those things. And when you structure a deal that says the users of the venue are going to ultimately pay for the construction of the venue and everything that's going to go around it, Tony, because I think that's the other piece that's lost. Look, I grew up, you know this, I grew up in Miami. I was born and raised in Miami in the 80s and 90s. When Joe Robbie Stadium, now it's Hard Rock Stadium, was built, it was built out on the county line between Dade and Broward counties. And the argument at that time was, well, we're going to put a stadium here and it's going to revitalize this entire area. The truth is it didn't do that. And the reason it didn't do that was because of what we know now, which is it's not just the stadium, it's the ancillary district that gets built. And that's part of their investment, by the way, not ours. That's part of their investment to build this district around the stadium that has retail and mixed use and restaurants and hotels and things that draw revenue into the county that can be used to pay for the construction and the operation of the building. So, I mean, I think, again, there's an opportunity to do all of those things. It's not taking away from the general fund. We have a line that the speaker talked about it yesterday. I think mechanically it's important for people to understand. There's an appropriation in the budget every time that we do a budget for Lucas Oil, say. We've never drawn on it. It's there to backstop the bonds so that bondholders feel good about making this investment. But but it's just a backstop. It's never been tapped, and this is going to be the same thing. The users of the venue and the people living in these counties are the ones that are going to ultimately fund the construction, and it's a major, major investment.
And let's talk about that. Talking to State Representative Danny Lopez, there will be a 12% admissions tax on large events held in the city of Hammond, a countywide 1% food and beverage tax in Lake and Porter counties, a 5% innkeeper's tax in Lake County. So those are taxes that are getting increased on people, not necessarily those who are enjoying the game, but or events at this new stadium. But we talk about the $2 billion that the Bears will put in towards infrastructure and stadium construction. When we talk about Lucas Oil, did the Colts put in $2 billion? And is $2 billion enough? I can't even believe I'm saying the words. Is it enough to make us all say this is a worthy investment because that's real skin in the game?
Oh, man, I think that's absolutely real skin in the game, and especially when you're talking about Northwest Indiana. One point that I want to point out is, especially with that innkeeper's tax, that hotel tax, by and large, those are not Hoosiers that are paying for that, right? Those are taxes that are paying for people that are coming in, by people who are coming in and staying in hotels up in Lake County. And again, those are the folks that are going to be coming in for these major events. So, I mean, I think especially on that one, it's easy to see how it's not us taxing our local people. But, I mean, look, Tony, when you think about every 3 seconds, somebody moving from Illinois into Lake County or into Indiana, it's part of the reason, it's a big part of the reason that as a state, we continue to grow while all the other states around us are losing population and dying on the vine. And it's because we've put in the amenities, the double tracking of the South Shore, the investments in something like Sports Corp, the investments in our tax structure, that we've been able to do that. And the explosion in Maryville has been huge. It's one of the places in our state that's absolutely thriving. But as you know, and I experienced this when I came to work for Mitch in 2010, we've not been able to solve sort of the Lake County issue. How do you really rejuvenate and put Lake County and the entire region really on the right track? And this is an opportunity to do it. It's an opportunity to do it in a way that draws down real money from outside of the state. That's a massive injection to the entire Calumet region.
Well, wait, let me ask it this way. Has anybody come to the state and said, well, if the Bears are coming, we're willing to put in X, Y, and Z at this amount of dollars?
Well, I mean, I think this is a fairly new conversation, right? I mean, I would look at it like that's a lot of what the opportunity is going to be, right? When you've got an amenity like this, and we've seen it in downtown, when you've got an amenity like this, the opportunity for growth and economic development in that area just changes. It just changes the conversations that our economic development folks and local economic development folks are having. You got to have stuff to sell, right? You got to have something that's pretty that people want to follow. And an injection of capital like this, I think, sends the right signal to investors. And we have seen it. I mean, you saw a massive investment by Nippon Steel up there at the harbor. So, yeah, I mean, you've already seen amazing deals that have come into Northwest Indiana. I think this only supercharges it.
Well, I don't even know if the money actually came to Nippon Steel up there. There was going to happen, and then it got held off on. So I'm not 100% sure that money got there. That was the original plan. I would like to see if the money has officially gotten there and then see some results. Before I let you go, State Representative Danny Lopez, on the vote to work to bring the Bears to Northwest Indiana. What kills this deal? Right. We know that the governor, J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, is angry. The mayor, Brandon Johnson, seems apoplectic, but he always seems apoplectic. This is moving along, and the Bears have said it's moving along. They're even discussing a name change, according to Kevin Warren, the team president. What blows this deal up? What makes you, Danny Lopez, if there's a change, what is the change that would make you say, I'm out?
That I don't know. I mean, look, I'd say, Tony, I'm not I'm not right in the middle of these conversations. I'm not, the way our leadership is. So I don't know that. There's a long way to go. I want to be sort of cautious about this because until you and I both know, until shovels are in the ground, it's not a done deal. And there's a lot of work that has to be done between now and then to make sure that, I's are dotted and T's are crossed. So I want to be careful about that. We're sort of approaching this with a lot of optimism, but I think everybody's cautiously optimistic and understanding that Illinois is not going to let this go quietly, obviously. And so I think there's a ways to go. I look at this, Tony, just in all transparency, what excites me the most I think, and what I want people to be excited about and proud about, I want Hoosiers to be proud about, is that this to me is a signal that the investments we have made for the last 20 years have positioned us to compete in a way that 2 decades ago was unimaginable in this state. The fact that the Chicago Bears are looking at Indiana as a better option than Illinois right now, or frankly, any other place in this region in the Midwest as a better option, tells me that what we've done for the last 20 years, investing in ourselves, in our tax structure, in our amenities, in our infrastructure, is paying off, has paid off. We've seen that. We've been talking about that for the last several years. And it just is a signal that we continue to be open for business, and we're going to continue to drive this economic development. So we should be proud of this, regardless of how this thing plays out. I want people to be proud of the fact that we're in these conversations in a way that we never were before.
As long as we are not fleeced, we can be proud. Representative Danny Lopez, I appreciate you taking the time to be with us. The Popcorn Moment brought to you by Booher Remodeling, Booher, BooherRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, you want to make it look great, feel great. You want to revitalize it. That's what Booher does. Their 5-step design process makes it easy for you because there's no stress when it's Booher. They're unbelievably communicative. You know what's happening every step of the way, and they use the best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana, and the highest quality brand names you know and trust. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude, and Booher Remodeling stands behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Call Booher Remodeling today, 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling, Booher, BooherRemodeling.com. Matt Bear with traffic.
All right, check it out. Northbound 65 on the south side. Stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Crash on the southwest side, Morris east of Holt. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy, and say the words Beer Sample Friday.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Attention quality control personnel, plant managers, and sales representatives. Are you looking to work for a company that provides you with a great starting wage, outstanding benefits, and a generous retirement plan? Irving Materials Incorporated is hiring for these positions in the greater Indianapolis area. If you're a quality control technician, plant manager, or sales representative, IMI has opportunities available for you. To learn more, visit driveimi.com. driveimi.com. driveimi.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's the kind of mess that makes you just stop and stare. 39 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, but it feels like it's 23 degrees out there because a stiff wind is blowing. In fact, a wind advisory will be in effect in about 29 minutes. We're going up to 49. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 7:31. The National Weather Service is sending teams to Monroe and Sullivan counties today to figure out whether a tornado caused the damage we're seeing this morning.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but the adrenaline Like you just get frozen, and it was all in slow motion. It literally bounced off the ground, man. It was like a ball, and you saw it just like starting to current. Like it was completely light outside, and then it got dark. It started hailing, raining.
Pedro Edison, a truck driver in Bloomington, speaking with Wish TV. He watched last night's storm as he was trying to live stream on Facebook Live. This morning, a Kia dealership in Bloomington is assessing damage after part of a building fell on several cars. A bill that set up a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority supported by the Chicago Bears cleared the House Ways and Means Committee yesterday, moving an NFL stadium into Hammond closer to reality. Representative Danny Lopez, talking about it this morning, was asked whether lawmakers are ignoring property tax issues in favor of prioritizing another NFL team.
First of all, I think we've done quite a bit on the taxation side. I mean, it's 17 years now running where we've lowered taxes, either local income taxes or state income taxes or property taxes. Look, the fact is we've got a healthy tax structure. That's what enables us to draw this $2 billion with a B investment from the Bears and from the NFL.
Lopez spoke with Tony Katz on the Morning News just a couple of minutes ago, and that full interview will be up at WIBC.com soon. Kenneth Thompson is now facing charges in the murder of Beech Grove police officer Brian Elliott. They just announced that a couple of minutes ago. We'll have more details at 8 o'clock. Nurses in Chicago are protesting ICE, saying that immigration operations are posing a threat to public health.
Union nurses here in the medical district are part of a nationwide coordinated action protesting ICE and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Nurses say that immigration tactics directly harm people when enforcement agents shoot, strike, or gas the public. And then there's indirect harm because they prevent people from going to the doctor for their regular appointments or when they are sick or hurt.
We nurses are terrified of what will happen when they show up in our emergency departments with injured patients, sometimes injured by ICE themselves.
They also say that administrators are to blame. They say they're not doing a good job of keeping ICE out of hospitals. Here in Cook County, there was an executive order last fall that would prohibit staff from collaborating with immigration enforcement.
That's Fox 32 Chicago's Amber Lee reporting this morning. And Team USA now has 27 medals at this year's Winter Olympics. On Thursday, the U.S. women's hockey team finished off a perfect tournament in a 2-1 overtime win over Canada in the gold medal game. It is 7:34, time for more sports on WIBC.
We're going to need to play, very well. They've been playing incredibly well. They, had a, tough night with Michigan the other night, but Michigan, that's, I think on that night they played about as good as anybody in the country.
That's IU head basketball coach Darren DeVries talking about tonight's game against number 7 Purdue. IU has already beaten the Boilermakers once this season.
They have a really good team, and they're at home, and they're tough to beat. So we're going to have to play well. We're going to have to make some shots. We're going to have to, do a lot of the things you're going to need to do to win a tough road game.
And the last time the Hoosiers won in Mackey Arena, February 25th of 2023. Tonight's game tips off at 7. Coverage starts at 7, right? Or the game tips off at 8. Coverage starts at 7 right here on 93.1 WIBC. The Indiana Pacers, a strong performance from Jarris Walker last night in a double-double, but they still lost to the Washington Wizards 112-105.
One of the victories of this season is his development and being put into these situations where he becomes one of the lead guys, has to make plays, defend, rebound, put the ball in the basket.
Indiana is now the worst team in the East at 15-41. They play the Wizards again tonight. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt Bear?
Yeah, Ryan, check it out the south side. Northbound 65. Stop-and-go traffic after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a 4-minute delay. Crash on the southwest side, Moore Street east of Holt Road. Looking at northbound 65 on the south side, a little bit tight before the 465 ramps, and the northeast side, northbound 465 slow from Penn Pike past East 56th Street. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts, big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
39 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
In the halls of Parliament, the Prime Minister vacillated between reason and pride. His words meant for peace were already too late.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by the WIBC Daily Newsletter.
February 20th, 1775. Months before Lexington and Concord, Prime Minister Lord North desperately proposed Parliament allow the colonies to tax themselves, hoping to calm unrest. Across the Atlantic, the offer rang hollow. To many Americans, the time for compromise had passed. Within 2 months, muskets would answer Parliament's plea. The war North hoped to prevent would define and destroy his administration.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Have the latest headlines and show content delivered to your inbox daily. Sign up at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, these glasses seem logical. That was my Spock impression. Not bad. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. If you're watching the live stream, you get to see me wipe my nose. Ah, what a look. Thank goodness we do this on video. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. Everything is on the Marketplace. I bring it to you. The segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free to use. Text my name, Tony, to 46220 to get all the details. Matt Bear, you a Star Trek guy?
Perhaps? You know, I've never seen an episode.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. But I like the movies. I saw like the new movies they made, and I thought they were highly entertaining. Yes.
So do you like a little Leonard Nimoy, a little Spock?
Which one is that? Is that the green woman?
Yeah, that's right. That's the green woman.
Okay, yeah.
That Shatner gets with.
Yeah. Right? I'm in for that, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Hooks her up with a taste of the Shat. This is what? What did I say? What?
No, I didn't.
These right here, according to the Facebooks, this is glassware right here, Matt Bear. Not just any glassware. This is vintage 1984 Taco Bell Star Trek II Spock's Lives collectibles.
Woo!
It's a glass.
Yeah.
It's a glass dated 1984, and it's got Spock on it.
Okay, so that's who that is. That's
yes, it's
Spock.
young Spock
okay,
as he
cool.
morphs into old Spock because he got sent to the island or to the planet, and there's Captain Kirk yelling "Khan!" and the whole thing. I don't know if it's from Wrath of Khan, but this is Spock Lives. Anyway, that's what this glass is.
You're a fan, okay. Khan,
well, I know some things.
Khan was like super bad guy, right? He would have been the Vader.
Yeah.
He would have been the Vader of the Star Wars.
Well, I mean, I don't think you could call Ricardo Montalban Vader. Right?
No, you can't call him that.
He might have been the villain, but he was surrounded by fine Corinthian leather.
Why the hell not?
Hey, this is a fine glass for your,
yeah.
This is a fine glass for your morning juice, and it's only $15. You in or you out?
I'm in after all. Yeah, I'm in.
Right. It's like $15 for a juice glass. You're like, yep.
Send it to me. Express mail.
Yeah, he wants it for free.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants me to buy it for
him.
Okay.
Yeah, Traffic Center doesn't have a budget right now. So I'm looking for that Tony Katz money.
Well, keep looking. Damn. I'm looking for that Tony Katz money, too. Be fantastic. It is there on the marketplace. We have a lot to get to. Look for the glass. We've got it listed at WIBC.com. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Start your engine. That's the American spirit at 200 miles per hour. A spectacle of freedom, innovation, and passion. The passion of nearly 500,000 race fans. An American tradition in its 110th edition. The Indianapolis 500, presented by Gamebridge.
Get tickets now at IMS.com.
United, we race.
It's JMV. With the snow melt and the recent rains, groundwater's flowing and soil is moving. Call LD Smith Plumbing and Drains right now and get a free sump pump installed when you purchase a battery backup system. LDSmithPlumbing.com or call 317-927-7186 today.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free home delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is always committed to premium service and no shenanigans.
Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
We had downsized. In that downsizing, my husband lost his man cave.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Deb.
My husband and I were at the home show and saw all these vendors with garage floor coatings. The one that stayed with us was Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is 4 times stronger than epoxy.
I'm the only one home. And so it's nice when well-dressed, clean-cut, respectful crew show up. That's what Galaxy sent.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day. And it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Warranties are real important for us, and to know that should there be an issue, Galaxy was standing behind it. That's pretty much what tipped us over to go with Galaxy.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We are so proud to open our garage store.
We're out of this world.
Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. You might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. If you act now, you'll get an extra 10% off. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window energy efficiency disappears. The results? A house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals, along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you don't have to live with broken windows anymore. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 for free sale. And get an extra 10% off. Visit windownation.com for a free consultation.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Yeah, totally checking out these northbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from 70 up to East 56th Street. On the south side in the construction zone, southbound 65 between Raymond and Keystone, we have a traffic hazard, a breakdown blocking the right lane, and that's causing us to jam right now. Again, that's southbound 65 between Raymond and Keystone. Also looking at northbound 65, slow after Edgewood Avenue into 465. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
39 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Pro, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Here's a tale of Tina, searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Hotfoot it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Airplay Live is coming your way May 15th, featuring Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes. Relive the comedy classic like never before with stories, laughs, and unforgettable moments. Don't miss Airplane Live. More ticket information now at WIBC.com.
I wasn't the only person who noticed that the Indy Star put out a post on X, on Twitter, that read, a 64-year-old Carmel man died in the crash, sparking renewed Trump administration criticism of immigrant truck drivers, and said, what the hell is this? A perfect, classic Indy Star kind of story. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. The story itself, written by Alexandria Burris. Man held by ICE after fatal semi-truck crash in Hendricks County, starts like this. A fatal semi-truck crash in Hendricks County has become another flashpoint in the Trump administration's crackdown on the presence of immigrant truck drivers on U.S. roadways. Leave it to the Indy Star to take an issue that has seen Hoosiers killed and say, well, this is just Trump. Leave it to the Indy Star to make it about Trump. There are good people who work there. I have celebrated some of the work that has come out of there. Work that's come out of Tony Cook. Work that's come out of Jacob Stewart, who does opinion. And then there's this nonsense that has been going on for years. When President Trump was shot and the Indy Star didn't change their headline about he was startled, for hours I called them monsters. I had a woman yell at me and then she blocked me. She used to write over there, it's not their fault. That comes from the people at Gannett. You don't know how to post something? You don't know how to change a headline? You knew it was an assassination attempt. You didn't change a thing. I have had Greg Doyle at an event we were both at wanting to punch me in the face. I had Michael Hicks, their economics guy, the economist. When posting something, literally right back, I bet you wouldn't say that to my face. I said, pick a street corner. He said, well, I don't get down to Indianapolis much, and never got back. I had, from their opinion pages, James Briggs say to me, if you don't like what I have to say, don't comment. It's opinion. I've never responded to the guy since. I don't know if I blocked him. I don't think I did that. The fundamental flaw, the problem with this story, Alexandria Burris, is that this has nothing to do with the Trump administration crackdown on the presence of immigrant truck drivers. This is about who is in the country legally, who is in the country illegally, who is getting these commercial driver's licenses. And as we have the reporting from people who do reporting, you've got Bill Malugin over at Fox News discussing who this is. They were able to identify this guy, that he got his commercial driver's license from Indiana. Then you have Angela Ganote over at Fox 59, who says that he had a valid license, commercial driver's license in New York, and that allowed him to get the valid commercial driver's license in Indiana, but no one knows how he got the actual original commercial driver's license. The issue here is who's driving the trucks. Are they trained? Are they safe? Because Hoosiers are getting murdered. And the Indy Star wants to make it about Trump. Don't you get that that's disgusting? Don't you understand that you're wrong? Hoosiers are being murdered. The trucking industry has a problem. And all of the independent journalists out there who are pointing out the areas in Avon and others where you have these housing developments and you have hundreds and hundreds of trucking companies. Or are they logistic companies? Are they actually doing anything wrong? Just because they're housed in people's homes doesn't mean specifically that everyone is committing some kind of crime or doing something that is immoral or illegal. But it sure as hell means we should look at it. People are dying. And you want to make it about Trump? Could you stop being disgusting? Could the Indy Star just stop it already? I don't have to be questioned about whether or not I ever call Trump to task. I've got the record. I've got the track record. I've got the history. And I've got the audience that will tell you exactly what I say. What is wrong with you guys? This man died. He was killed. And you made it about Trump. Don't you get that it's disgusting? Don't you get that you're wrong? You don't even have a story here. Just how do we make it about Trump? Why should anybody read your garbage? When do you become embarrassed by what it is that you have done? Now, I have spoken with people at the Indy Star before. There are people who I have had sit-downs with. A former opinion guy by the name of Tim Swearens, who proceeded to tell me that the problem, Tony, is you just don't know what you're talking about because they're all elitists. Dear God. By the way, that was at a lunch where I got up and I just left. It's like, okay, we're done. I seem to have a pretty good grasp of what I'm talking about here. Your focus is nonsense. And the crackdown, what crackdown are you talking about, by the way? The crackdown is on people who are here illegally, like it should be. And right now we have reason to believe that this guy is here illegally. I'm willing to let an investigation go forth. What I'm not willing to do, Alexandria Burris and Indy Star, is allow you to tell a story that this is about Trump cracking down. Oh my gosh, this is just another reason for Trump to do X, Y, and Z. Everybody here illegally should be removed from the country. ICE should continue to do its job. It's what Americans voted for. And I'm telling you, I don't give a good holy damn what the polling says. It's popular. People getting killed is not. Whether those people are despicable, low-life agitators who engage in violence against ICE agents, or whether it's citizens driving down Hoosier roadways. But you won't focus on these people who are killed, and I say murdered. No. How do we make it about Trump? It's a flashpoint. It's a flashpoint for everybody who lives in Indiana who doesn't want their kids to die when they're driving to school. It's a disgusting piece. It's a disgusting article. You guys should be ashamed, but as I have learned, the vast majority of people at the Indy Star, certainly not all, but the vast majority have no shame at all. As a matter of fact, the less shame you have, the more you get to be in charge of certain divisions. Matt Bear has traffic.
East side, northbound 465, stop and go traffic, 70 up to Penn Pike. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts, big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are extending our President's Day sale now until Monday, March the 2nd. Save up to $800 on mattresses, up to 50% off Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel, and all outdoor furniture is on sale now. Hurry, sale ends Monday with free delivery, saving you even more, only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Chase away those winter blues with a new car from Tom Roush Lincoln. Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal from Tom Roush. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
After the winter we've had, thinking about spring just feels good. And this weekend, we're giving you a reason to start getting ready for it. Hey, Pat Sullivan here. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, everything is 20% off at Sullivan's. That's right, the best pricing of the season on patio furniture is now an extra 20% off. Teak, cast aluminum, all-weather wicker, Berlin garden polys, different material, different looks, the same premium quality. How about grills and accessories? 20% off. Yes, even the Big Green Egg. Lawn and garden, paint, hardware, the Yellow House. You guessed it, all 20% off. It only happens once a year, and it only happens at Sullivan's and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. So get a head start on spring and save 20% off everything. This weekend only. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Good Friday morning. Coming up in 2 minutes, the man who police say killed a Beech Grove police officer is due in court in about an hour, and he's facing a long list of charges. A Hoosier is telling you about what he saw in Bloomington last night with storm damage, and IU's basketball coach is talking about their rivalry game tonight in West Lafayette after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
We'll get a deal with Iran one way or the other. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. This is where President Trump tells reporters giving Iran 10 to 15 days to agree to a nuclear deal. He was asked if he'll wipe out their nuclear program with a military strike.
I'm not going to talk to you about that, but we're either going to get a deal or it's going to be unfortunate for them.
The Wall Street Journal reports the president's considering a limited strike to force Iran to make concessions, and Iran may be getting ready.
In the Strait of Hormuz, Iranian state television aired footage of a joint Iran-Russia live-fire naval drill, which included vessel raids and ship seizures. Iran also sent a notice to airmen not to fly over Iranian airspace during the drills, which could include cruise missiles, which could target U.S. bases in the Gulf.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. President Trump went to Georgia, saying he has solved the affordability crisis. Democrats blame on him. And while they say the American people are paying the cost of his tariffs, he touts them making our economy stronger.
Without tariffs, what would you do? You know what? Everybody would be bankrupt. Everybody. The whole country would be bankrupt.
This hour, we'll get new reports on the economy and inflation and growth in the last quarter of last year. The president also made news, posting on Truth Social. He's directing the government to release files related to aliens and UFOs. Days after former President Obama said on a podcast, aliens are real.
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Speaking with reporters aboard Air Force One, President Trump did not say if he has seen evidence of the existence of extraterrestrials.
No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it.
In the podcast interview, former President Obama added he's not seen alien life and dismissed the notion of some secret underground facility.
Fox's Jared Halburn. Another avalanche has been deadly. An 11-year-old girl in Utah buried and killed while skiing off trail days after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe killed 8 skiers. Another still missing, presumed dead. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He's facing 6 felonies, including murder. It's 36 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, but it feels like it's 20 out there because the strong winds. We're going up to 49 today, and a wind advisory has just taken effect. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Kenneth Johnson has been formally charged for killing Beech Grove police officer Brian Elliott. Court records show that Johnson is facing 6 felonies, including murder, attempted murder, criminal confinement with a deadly weapon, domestic battery with a deadly weapon, and battery with a deadly weapon, and pointing a firearm. The shooting happened Monday, right after 5:30 at an apartment complex. Police say that they heard a woman screaming inside the apartment, and when they forced their way into the apartment, that's when Elliott and his partner were shot. His partner made it. Elliott did not. He died at Eskenazi Hospital. Elliott's visitation is scheduled for Sunday from 2 to 7 at Beech Grove High School, and a celebration of life is scheduled the next day at 11 a.m. at the high school. Here's what a man says he was doing while a tornado was swirling around him in Bloomington last night.
I was posting, going live, and next thing I know, man, I looked over, and you could see the tornado, coming, but I was frozen. I just sat back, pressed my brake, man, and just held on.
And that's Pedro Edison. He's a truck driver in Bloomington. He told Wish TV that he was watching the storm roll through, and he saw the damage it left behind.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but the adrenaline, you just get frozen, and it was all in slow motion. It literally bounced off the ground, man. It was like a ball, and you saw it just starting to current. It was completely light outside, and then it got dark. It started hailing, raining.
There's a Kia dealership that's messed up. A roof is off a bank. Other damage, people were without power, and the National Weather Service is sending their team out to look at exactly what happened. Right after the House Ways and Means Committee advanced a bill Thursday to create a stadium authority, paving the way for a new Chicago Bears stadium, Chicago's mayor said this.
The Bears belong in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Bears belong in the city of Chicago, right? And I've said repeatedly that the door is always open for conversations.
Indiana Governor Mike Braun spoke with Tony Katz today, Thursday, where he was asked if he had spoken with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker.
No, I have not. And I think the real issue is, why wasn't he in the mayor of Chicago speaking to the Bears?
Braun said it's really just a lack of communication, plus Indiana's friendly business climate that has the Bears thinking about jumping ship and moving across the state. A raucous environment expected tonight at Mackey Arena when IU plays 7th-ranked Purdue. Here's John Herrick.
Indiana Hoosier head men's basketball coach Darren DeVries said Thursday that if Indiana is going to pull out a road win, they will need to do a lot of things well at Mackey Arena.
Number one is just a communication aspect of, play calls and that type of stuff, being able to relay that stuff. And then, anytime you get some environment, having your team be able to stay composed during those stretches.
He says he likes the way his team has prepared. Purdue has won 4 out of their last 5 games. Tip-off tonight at 8 o'clock with pregame coverage starting at 7 right here on 93 WIBC. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's another loss for the Indiana Pacers. They fell to the Washington Wizards 112-105. They'll do it all again tonight in Washington, D.C. Tip-off at 7. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, taking a look at inbound. 69 slow from 96th Street to 82nd. East side westbound S70 before 465. A stall on the right shoulder. South side northbound 65. Stop and go traffic before Raymond into the south split. That is a construction zone. And Hendricks County eastbound S70 at about an hour. Eastbound 70 is going to jump to 1 lane between State Road 39 and State Road 267. And that emergency road repair going on until midnight. Traffic sponsored by Audible. If you're stuck in traffic, take care of you with help from the top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. Boy, it is windy outside, and it will continue to be gusty, maybe 40 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts possible throughout the day today. Temperatures, well, we've already technically hit our high for the day early on. Readings will stay into the 30s for the most part, but with those winds, we could get some of those wind chill values into the 20s later today. Partly cloudy skies. Clear conditions will fall below freezing tonight at 29. This weekend, 44 Saturday, partly cloudy, 35 on Sunday, mostly cloudy, with a few snow showers possible.
And then next week, for Trump 1 year, 1 month later, here's how we win the midterms. Bourbon poured by Tara Hastings. And, of course, all the whippy you can eat. That's the frosting they use at Kroger. Well, we've got it coming. It's Tara Hastings' favorite, and you're going to have a couple of options to choose from. By the way, it's Kyle over at the Hyatt Regency. Yeah, I have some whippy coming. I thought maybe you should know. Weather, at least as I see it, looks good, right? We've got partially sunny skies. We've got temperatures in the 50s. This can be quite all right.
I mean, much better than the last time when we tried to have this, right?
Correct. We last tried to have this. It was a disaster, and we all almost died.
Right.
So now, less of that.
Right.
Yes.
More bourbon.
Bourbon, whippy, and the people. If you didn't get your tickets, I think today's the last day. I don't actually know. I haven't been in charge of any of that. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com. I know I had gotten a text the other day. Some people were able to pick up some VIP tickets, which gives you even more bourbon. It's just so cool. So I'm ready. You're ready. It's going to be an incredible night. You're going to learn. You're going to laugh. You're going to fall in love. Tara Hastings is going to pour you bourbon. I don't know what you're waiting for. And the red tie, Tara, you've got the whole outfit. You ready to go?
Still haven't. I have a couple of options. I haven't made a final decision yet.
Okay. All right.
But
I hope you do.
Thank you.
There it is.
Have a good weekend.
Tara Hastings will be there. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com. Get your tickets. And Tara guarantees good weather or she will refund you.
Whoa.
Yep, that makes it official. Also, Carl, if you want to get that whoa, that'd be great.
Already got it, Tony.
Thank you so much, Carl. Appreciate that. Gotta run, Tara.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, see you later. And there she goes. 36 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:09. So while we're talking about stadiums, the Indy Stadium Board has distributed a survey. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This is the Capital Improvement Board of Marion County. They distributed a survey. People who are on mailing lists from the Indiana Convention Center and Lucas Oil Stadium, questioning whether or not there's an interest in soccer and an appetite for a stadium. So I had Joe Hogsett, the mayor of Indianapolis, announce that he was going to go after a Major League Soccer team, undercutting all of the efforts and all the work that the Indy 11 and Asal Ozdemir did. Undercutting all of it. Throwing that man and that team and all that work under the bus, trying to steal their thunder. No, not trying, stealing their thunder. And he says, we're going to go get this team. And then they start buying land and they start moving districts to be able to put a stadium. And now, should we sell the helipad or tear it down or can we keep it? And you don't know if there's interest? You had to put out a survey gauging specific interests and what types of soccer experiences the potential ticket buyers and season ticket holders might want in a stadium? You mean you have no plans on what a stadium design should be because Joe Hogsett doesn't know anything about a soccer fan at all? Listen to me very, very carefully. I would love to see Major League Soccer because I'm a soccer guy. I like it. I think what Indianapolis did to the Indy 11 is disgusting. And I believe it has eroded the very idea of trust in the city. Would you trust the city as a partner? Indiana, sure. That seems obvious. Indianapolis, I don't know about that. They've done this to themselves. And now it's a survey. Someone could tell me that this is just standard operating procedure. I don't know if this is standard operating procedure. Maybe this is something you would want to know before you started pursuing it. Or maybe this is something you're trying to get done so you can, I don't know, be seen as being able to act out on your promises. The idea of Hogsett being able to get a team, I have no faith whatsoever in him. If Major League Soccer wants it, well, that's different. But I think putting out a survey now, it smacks as awkward. That's my take. If I'm wrong, show me the data. That's all I ask. If I'm wrong, show me where. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You are looking to get your house sold. Makes perfect sense. Mortgage rates have dropped and expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building as we move into spring. Now is the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Mark Dietel, the proven expert, to sell your home. Maybe you need to maximize price. That's what you're concerned about. Mark will bring your home to market with unmatched exposure. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick the move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Angie in Fairland said, I was handling my mother's estate and needed to sell the home I grew up in. It was emotional for me, but the Dietel team handled the listing and repairs, secured a buyer, and sold the home after just 9 days on the market, stress-free. Mark Dietel and his team made a challenging situation simple and successful. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he will buy it. Call Mark Dietel today. Tell him Tony Katz sent you. 317-755-4232. Call Mark Dietel, 755-4232 to get all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
This is Chuck Lofton, here to talk to you about my friends at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute, once-a-week workout program that will change your life. My wife Mary and I have been clients for 6 years. The program has worked well with my busy schedule. I was getting cardio, but I started the program because I understood the importance of strength training to overall health. It's helped me with managing my blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The biggest help? My sluggish feeling was replaced with much-needed energy. It's designed to help clients get stronger in a shorter period of time. The studios are private, just you and your coach working to reach your goals. Exercise Inc. has 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now Fishers. So take it from me, Chuck Lofton. Improve the forecast for your health. Go to exerciseinc.com today to request a free consultation.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
All right, Tony, looking at the northeast side, eastbound 465 at I-69. Crash blocking the right lane. Stop and go traffic back to the White River for a 7-minute delay. Southbound 465 on the northeast side, a little bit slow from East 71st to Fall Creek, and again before Penn Pike. Looking at northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic. Raymond into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
35 degrees, good Lord, in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Indiana Foundation Service, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Looking for a love connection? Head in to Great Lakes Honda of Fishers, where you're sure to match with one of the stunning Hondas they have in their inventory.
This hour is powered by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer.
Live streaming on the YouTubes. Check it out for yourself. Just look for WIBC and go be a part of it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Glyphosate. I have to admit, I was not familiar with glyphosate. But it was this story about how there's a concern that Trump has done damage to the MAHA community. MAHA is Make America Healthy Again. And I argue that it is MAHA, that it is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a winner topic for the political right. The moves that have been made on healthier food, on whole foods, on getting additives out of foods, moves made by groups like Steak and Shake. This stuff matters. There's a real opportunity here. And it's popular with moms across the country. You have to capitalize on these things. Then I came across this story. Kennedy defends Trump glyphosate order. MAHA erupts as midterms approach. MAHA erupts. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I don't know what they mean. Excuse me. Glyphosate, Glyphosate, is a chemical. It's a weed killer. It is the I think, I don't know if it's the main ingredient. I don't want to say that part wrong. I will say it is an ingredient in Roundup, the stuff sold by Monsanto that you use to kill weeds. And the first time I used it, I did not know that it will kill everything around the weed. Like, I thought it just worked on weeds and somehow not the grass. And it was the first house we rented when we moved to Indiana, and there were dandelions, and there I was with the Roundup and shooting them. And the next thing you know, I had an 18-hole golf course. It was, you live and you learn. That's what I say. So President Trump signed an executive order about the manufacture, the domestic production of this, saying that shortages of both phosphorus and glyphosate would pose a risk to national security. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., speaking on CNBC, stated, Donald Trump's executive order puts America first where it matters most, our defense readiness and our food supply. We must safeguard America's national security first because all of our priorities depend on it. When hostile actors control critical inputs, they weaken our security. By expanding domestic production, we close that gap and protect American families. They then go on to argue that the people who are all about Maha are unbelievably upset about this. And they go about quoting somebody on X known as the Glyphosate Girl, a prominent Maha activist, and a guy by the name of Ken Cook, president of the Environmental Working Group, who said that they can't envision a bigger middle finger to every Maha mom than this. So, I think that if you were to ask people what they think about Monsanto, they would say Monsanto has done some things that they don't like. Even Kennedy himself, when he was an environmental lawyer, went after Monsanto, as per the reporting, won $290 million. We can argue that two things are true at the same time. We can argue that the indiscriminate use of pesticides is a real issue. We can also argue that being able to keep crops safe creates a food supply. Two things can be true at the same time. As a question of whether or not this is a worthy thing to do, that's about debate. This is the first when I was going through things yesterday, it was the first I'd heard of the story. Now, maybe I can blame it on the cold, or is it allergies? I don't know what I have. The nose is still stuffed. I feel fine. Right? But the idea that Maha is going to be destroyed over this, I'm sorry, I don't think that is accurate. I don't think that's accurate in the slightest. Can we argue and say that we should always be concerned with how we create things and our ability to create them, our ability to produce them, and then say we shouldn't use it here, we should use it there, we shouldn't use it in this capacity, we should use it in another? Are we painting with this executive order this outrageous broad brush? That's where I see it right now. Because I don't think people saying, hey, we shouldn't use this with food production, I don't think those people are out of the realm of rational. Are there places within food production that we want to keep these other invasive things away, and we need the chemicals to do so? Are we going to pretend that we haven't been able to feed ourselves because of these advances? Are we going to pretend that every advance has been absolutely perfect? I don't think we should pretend. And I don't think we should somehow think that Maha is over because of this. So that's glyphosates. Then you have more and more stories of students being told that they will be suspended if they walk out of schools. Could not be happier to see it. So important, so valuable, that these principals, that these administrators have realized that letting kids be in control of the classroom is an absolutely terrible, horrifying idea. It is ugly as can be. I don't apologize for anything I said about whether it's Carmel schools or any other schools in Indiana, Noblesville schools, etc. You let kids walk out, they're protesting ICE. They're not protesting ICE. They're taking a day off school. They don't even know what they're saying. And no, I am not taking advice from them. I'm not particularly mad at them. They're 16. But I don't take political advice from 16-year-olds. You don't know more than I do. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? I'm not angry with you, but I am going to look at you and say, you're out of your head, kid. You want to talk about it? I'll talk about it. We should have no quarter for illegal immigration, and we should move aggressively to remove illegal immigrants. Do we agree on this? I'll ask the 16-year-old that question. If you say to me, I don't get to talk to the 16-year-old, you're saying that you can utilize the 16-year-old as a puppet to your political desires, political left, which is exactly what happened in schools in Indiana and across the country. Now I can't ask the question, then I'm not paying attention to the 16-year-old. Not angry with him, just not paying attention to him. But if you let them walk out, you're guilty. You don't care about these kids. There are kids running across the street. There were kids that were left behind, literally lost on streets, we're now hearing reports of. And schools saying, if you leave, you'll be suspended. Good. But suspension is not enough. Go for full-on expulsion. You watch how quickly everybody's in the classroom where they belong, according to the law. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's going on, Matt?
Northeast side crash, eastbound 465 at I-69. Move to the right shoulder, still slow past Allisonville Road to the White River. Delay 4 minutes. South side northbound 65 tied after Raymond into the south split. That is a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale is here. Score unbeatable deals and get matched with the perfect bed. They make sleep easy. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow what's the WIBC traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy, and say the words Beer Sample Friday.
Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is always committed to premium service and no shenanigans.
Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you know what a high school athletic administrator does every day? A lot.
Athletic administrators hire coaches, schedule referees, and organize games. They maintain facilities, purchase equipment, and arrange transportation.
They prepare budgets, secure sponsorships, and oversee school safety. They coordinate volunteers, communicate with parents, and handle public relations, and so much more.
Not only are they educators, but athletic administrators are mentors and marketers, accountants and HR managers, fundraisers, and problem solvers.
They wear so many hats. They have to work long hours to do it all. And we couldn't play high school sports without them.
To every athletic administrator in Indiana, thank you for everything you do to make education-based athletics possible.
We see you, we salute you, and we are thankful for you.
I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Show your appreciation for athletic administrators by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is recognizing their role. This is applauding their work. This is your IHSAA.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today.
Pella provides window and door replacement with products you can trust. For a limited time, call 833-87-PELLA or visit PellaIndy.com/radio and get 22% off Pella products. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Daisy was abandoned by her family and placed in foster care at 15 years old. Her life was full of uncertainty. She thought she'd never have a permanent place to call home.
Before I was adopted, I felt like I wasn't enough. I had this hole in my heart, and I never knew what I needed to patch that hole. But when my mom asked to adopt me, that hole was closed. It feels so normal now to say that I'm a part of this family. I am surrounded by love. I feel safe. And that hole inside of me is gone. I am whole. I'm finally enough just as I am.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is changing the lives of teenagers at risk of aging out of foster care. Like Daisy, every child deserves a permanent, loving home. You can help. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A judge will read the charges to an accused cop killer this morning. It's 36 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, but it feels like it's 19 because there's a strong wind blowing this morning. We're only going up to 49. A wind advisory is in effect until 6. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Murder and attempted murder are among the charges Marion County prosecutors have filed against Kenneth Johnson, who police say killed Beech Grove police officer Brian Elliott on Monday while Elliott and his partner were responding to a domestic disturbance call at a Beech Grove apartment complex. Officer Elliott pushed the door open, according to court records, to reach the woman that was screaming out for help, and that's when Johnson started shooting. Beech Grove police have announced funeral arrangements for Officer Elliott, and they did that on Thursday.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout.
That was Elliott during his time at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, performing I'm a Little Teapot to break the ice with his fellow recruits. Elliott's visitation is set for this Sunday afternoon from 2 to 7 at Beech Grove High School. His celebration of life is Monday morning at 11.
That's WIBC's Jake McDaniel reporting. Part of a building is sitting on top of several brand new cars in Bloomington this morning. A sign of just how rough last night's storms were. The National Weather Service is sending a team out to Monroe and Sullivan counties to try to figure out if it was a tornado that caused that damage. Thankfully, nobody has been reported injured, but the damage is hard to miss. Trees are snapped in half in both those counties. Roofs are peeled off of buildings, and a bank is nearly completely destroyed by IU's campus. The border czar, Tom Homan, wants you to hear this.
Members of Congress want to abolish the Department of Homeland Security that was established after the tragedy 9/11, right? And they want to abolish the agency that enforces the laws that they wrote.
Tom Homan stopped by Fox News a couple of minutes ago. A partial government shutdown is still dragging on this morning. Democrats want tighter rules on how ICE agents operates after President Trump sent federal agents into Minneapolis, and one of those agents killed a woman. Another Border Patrol agent shot and killed a man. Governor Mike Braun said Thursday afternoon that he feels confident a deal can get done with the Chicago Bears to bring them to Northwest Indiana. Braun told Tony Katz today that he believes that Indiana has all the right parts for the Bears.
Well, there would be always things with the real estate that you're looking at. Most of that has been done. A few minor things need to still get done.
He says the bottom line, the Hoosier State has a friendly business climate. Team USA is back on top of the women's hockey world. Megan Keller scored the winning goal in overtime to lift the USA past Canada 2-1 in the gold medal game at the Winter Olympics. Sports on WIBC at 8:34. Number 7 Purdue back in West Lafayette tonight, looking to settle the score with IU, their rival, after losing to number 1 Michigan this week. Head coach Matt Painter says he's still thinking about that loss in January to the Hoosiers in Bloomington.
The rivalries are great for college basketball, but I think it's more for the fans than it is for anybody else. You know, it matters to players, it matters to coaches, but what matters more is us getting a quality victory.
And before this week's loss to Michigan, Purdue had won 4 straight. Tonight's game is the 223rd time that Purdue and IU will hook up. Purdue has a 128-94 lead in the all-time series, including the 72-67 loss last month. The game tips off at 8. Coverage right here on 93.1 WIBC at 7 o'clock. The Indiana Pacers lost to the Washington Wizards 112-105. They're the worst team in the Eastern Conference. They'll play it again tonight. The same 2 teams again tonight in Washington, D.C. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com on a breezy Friday morning at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, right. Looking at the northeast side, crash eastbound 465 at I-69, backing us up past Allisonville Road. Lawrence, southbound 465 at Fall Creek, crash on the shoulder, slowing us down to I-69. On the east side, eastbound 70, exiting to Shadeland Avenue, we have a stall on the exit ramp, slows us down to Arlington Avenue. And on the south side, northbound 65, stop and go before Raymond. It's a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by B. Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 35 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
For a limited time, get 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187.
Because at B Window,
we mean business.
We mean business.
Trust me.
It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures down 26, NASDAQ futures down 18. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. West Texas crude at $66 a barrel, and Brent crude coming out of the ocean, $71.32. Of course, Trump saying there's going to be giving Iran 15 days to come to their senses on a nuclear deal, meaning that maybe there won't be war this weekend. In Iran, no military strikes, so oil has crept down a little bit, but still people wary. The 10-year Treasury, 4.067. Gold prices, not surprising, back at $5,000 an ounce. And silver is back up to $80 an ounce. Bitcoin at 67,183. But then there's this. GDP, fourth quarter, this just out, 1.4%. Huh. Economists were looking for 2.5. Fourth quarter GDP was only 1.4. Anybody else want to know why? We have seen massive GDP growth. Massive. So what leads to this? What leads to 1.4? I will try and make sense of it and have it for you on Tony Katz today at noon. Get you that information to see why it is the way that it is. But I thought I had a second economic story. I know Trump has been talking about economics, saying that no one's talking about affordability anymore because we've already gotten past it. We've got things affordable. There's been repeated stories that the business world, the companies that you buy from, they're about to increase their prices. They've been trying to keep prices down, trying to absorb the tariffs and all the rest. They can't do it. They can't do it. And so they are going to start bringing prices up. And it was Trump who said they better not increase their prices, otherwise they're going to have to deal with me. Yeah, they don't care. Funny, we said that then. If the tariff is X number of percent, it raises the cost X number of percent, they are going to pass on X amount percent to the end user. This is standard stuff. That's why when people scream about corporate taxes, corporations don't pay taxes. You pay the tax. If you were to tax Coca-Cola, I don't know, pick your number, they're going to raise the price of Coca-Cola. I'm not trying to pick on Coke. I'm saying that this is just standard. We see higher prices on utilities. We are talking about that here in Indiana. We see it on insurance. We talk about that often. Some of these basic things, like if you're buying appliances, stuff like that. Electricity is up. Natural gas is up. Coffee, we know, has been up. We also know that some prices are down, and I need the Trump administration to keep saying so. And here's what we're working on, and here's why it's going to work, etc. But you now have Stanley, Black & Decker, McCormick, which is spices, Levi Strauss saying there are going to be price increases. You saw this from Chipotle. Look, we only want people who make $100,000 or more. That's our customer. We don't care. We're raising the prices. You want extra guacamole? You're going to have to get a second mortgage. That's all there is to it. Every scoop needs another mortgage from you. That's what it means. They're not going to worry about whether Trump's angry. The response from Trump should not be screaming and yelling. It should be finding places to reduce the tariffs and say, look what I'm doing. We're able, because we got these good deals, we bring the tariffs down, which is why I never favored the broad brush tariff approach. I favored the very focused tariff approach. But if you're going to do broad brush, now you bring it down from 24% to 18% or 16%. Look, we brought the tariffs down, and my gosh, we're still bringing in all this money, and now it's lower cost. See, we're making this economy great. There's going to be a lot of that. But 1.4% GDP. We got to figure out if there was a reason. Got to figure it out. The chat room saying, but third quarter was huge, so maybe it's an average out. Maybe that's the answer. I will bring that to you at noon on Tony Katz Today. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
February is when excuses disappear and effort has to show up every night.
It's been a rough couple weeks for us, but this group will keep fighting, keep learning, and get back on track.
The Big Ten is stacked, and postseason hopes are at stake.
Confidence is one of those things, like you drop a couple, and then you got to figure out a way to put it away fast. There's another one coming right in front of you.
IU meets Purdue, tonight at 8 on the home of the Hoosiers, 93 WIBC.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. From frozen pipes and sewer backups to your teenager pleading ignorance on the proper use of a plunger. At Michaelis, they know that water damage waits for no one. Their fleet of trucks is, well, fleet. Over 3 decades of finding the source of the problem, then cleaning up, drying out, and restoring your home or business to better than new condition. That's Michaelis, fully licensed and insured, and fully empathetic to your anxiety, including dealing with insurance claims. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Hi, it's T. Brian Hayes here from the Retirement Money Matter Show. It is time for our question and answer show for February, and we have many great questions to answer this month, including one on reversing a Social Security decision, several on taxes, and a question on how to use retirement savings for income. Find out the answer to these questions and many more on the Retirement Money Matter Show, which airs this Sunday morning at 8 a.m. right here on WIBC.
When the cold takes over, Bassett Services is the name you can trust to keep your home warm and safe. From furnace repairs to full system replacements, we provide reliable solutions with care and professionalism. For urgent repairs or routine maintenance, Bassett delivers service you can depend on. We've been the first call for heating and cooling in Indianapolis for decades, so sound the hound at BassettServices.com for all your heating needs. Bassett Services.
Always by your side.
Traffic on the 5s of Matt Baird, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Check it out, northeast side and southbound 465 approaching East 56th Street. Crash has us a little bit slow back to East 71st. On the east side, eastbound 70 exiting to 465. It is a stall and slow to Arlington Avenue. South side northbound 65 stop and go from Raymond into the south split. That is construction. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Baird with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 35 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:45.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk. There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
Don't miss the Dancing Worlds Tour, the greatest hits from John Mellencamp, July 18th at Ruoff Music Center. A night packed with the songs you love and the stories behind them. Ticket info on WIBC.com. Get yours before they're gone.
It's Film Friday.
Action!
What? It's time to play America's favorite game. What film does this come from? Usually we play What the Heck Is That Television theme song, but on Fridays we make it Film Fridays. And producer Carl has picked a piece of music from a film we should all know and love. And we have to guess what that film is. And yeah, I have no idea.
You've heard the song though, right?
I have no idea.
But it doesn't sound familiar to you?
No.
Oh, wow.
Not necessarily. But I listen, maybe the problem is I usually watch movies that men watch. maybe that's the issue right there. I should say hello, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good to be with you. No, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I have a couple choices here. I can use the chat room, which doesn't know what they're talking about, or I can phone a friend in Matt Bear. I'll do that right now. Let me phone a friend. Matt Bear, what is this film?
Body Heat.
You know what? It could be close. Think about that. When I tell you the title, you'll go, yeah.
I have no idea. No one knows what this is the theme to. Right now, listen, Carl, you are... people are now yelling you, what is Carl doing there? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no guess. What is this?
The chat room just got it. The theme.
I have no idea what it is. What is it?
Romeo and Juliet, the love theme.
No, thanks. Carl, you're going a little too esoteric, kitten. I gotta bring you back. No. I'm not buying into that. This is what I say to you. That's what I say to you. Oh man. I'm telling you right now that everybody is looking at you and saying, "How could you ruin this?" I'm going to give you one more chance next Friday. You come with this week's sauce. That is the end of Film Friday.
Oh,
that's the end. That's it.
They can't all be easy. They can't all be
really
Star Wars.
Bad. Hold on a second. Hold on. Now I gotta yell at the chat room. Did I trust you? I think one of you said it was Smokey and the Bandit. You guys don't know what's happening. What are you talking about? Good gosh. Anyway, We'll get into more of that coming back Monday when we have Redemption Monday. Be listening for it. On Tony Katz today, we're going to get into this economics. What are we looking at here? With this very, very low GDP in the last quarter, we'll also be speaking with Noah Rothman about the next steps in Iran. Right? You can tell me that, hey, we've got to hit these military targets first for our safety and security. I'm saying it doesn't solve the problem. It's step one then. Okay, what's step two? I will get into that with him. Also, I had one other thing that I really did want to dig into. And it's not Tucker Carlson. Did you see Tucker Carlson claiming that he went to Israel and he was detained and he was questioned by Mossad? It's unbelievably pathetic. He's pathetic. We are past the point of anything other than pure madness when it comes to him. It's so embarrassing. It's so crazed. I don't know why he's like this, but he is. But he is. I did have another story that I wanted to get to, and I can't remember what it is. I talked about the imports. I'm talking about the economics as Trump is out there talking about economics here, there, and everywhere, talking about Iran. I had something else. It wasn't the alien thing, right? Barack Obama said, oh, yeah, there's aliens. Oh, there's aliens. And now Trump is like, that was classified. He shouldn't have said that. Now maybe I have to declassify things to save him. I think that if Barack Obama released classified information, that's arrest worthy. If I did it, I'd be arrested. If I did it, I would be arrested. Then there's the conversation about truckers. So I've been having a back and forth with somebody on the Twitter X about foreign drivers, right? Foreign truck drivers. My point is that a foreign truck driver is not the issue. For example, there can be people, whether they were born in the U.S. or not born in the U.S., right? For example, the Sikh community that have long time been truckers. It's not my issue, whether it be talking about from a religious perspective or where people are coming from. It's not that they're foreign. It's A, are they in the country legally? B, are they legally allowed to have a commercial driver's license? And then most importantly, I shouldn't say most importantly, in addition, are they trained? The response is that the problem is that foreign drivers are somehow getting non-domicile licenses that aren't qualified. Freight brokers established in other countries send drivers to America, train them in foreign-owned schools to work for foreign-owned companies. I'm sorry, what now? This all goes to, and you've seen a lot of independent journalists posting about this, where you take a look at Avon, Plainfield, these other places, there are hundreds of trucking companies in neighborhoods. How does this work? What don't we know about the scam here? And explain to me how the scam works. Is the scam that they're collecting money for trucking they're not doing? Or is the scam that they're bringing in people illegally, getting them these licenses that they're not qualified to have, and just putting people out there doing this work? Are they then undercutting other trucking companies? And therefore, we've got people who are using knowingly illegal labor? Is that what we're seeing? There's a lot here. There's a lot here to break down, and I'm going to do it. And before the day is out, tickets.tonykatz.com for Trump 1 year and 1 month later. I think ticket sales end today. I want to see you there. It's going to be such a great time next weekend. It's going to be fantastic. And if you're not there, you're going to miss out. You're going to have the FOMO. You're going to have the FOMO. Don't have FOMO. I'll see you there. Tickets.tonykatz.com, WIBC.com. I'll catch you at noon. Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 460.